Hi, my name is Hi, my name is Bethany Stahl, and I'm a full-time self-published author and illustrator. Today, I'm going to be talking about what to do when your book doesn't sell. If you love all things self-publishing, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I post at least once a week with tips, tricks, and more about the self-publishing world. And if you are looking for more in-depth, behind-the-scenes videos, documents, and more, go over to patreon.com/BethanyStahl, where I have a plethora of information for you. That way you guys can really dive in deep, take some classes, learn a bunch of information, and of course, we can chat one-on-one. That way I can help you with your journey. I also do a workshop squad live once a month where we can all get together and join in tackling self-publishing problems and how to improve your own author journey. So I really love all of my patrons. If you're watching, hi guys, and welcome to my channel. So today we are talking about if we happen to hit a book that we've written and spent so much time on and it's just not selling. So that's always really disappointing, but there are ways to fix it, and there's ways to narrow down what the problem is and why it's not selling. So first stop is advertising. If you aren't yet advertising your book, then it's probably not selling as well as it could be. So make sure you go take my advertising class, put on some ads, get your book rolling, do some press releases, get out in the media, and really tell the world about your book. Now, if you've already done this and it's not working or it's not bringing in the traffic you would have liked, we now need to look at your book. So advertising is step one, but when that goes wrong, there may be something else that is a problem. So after that, we need to look at your cover. So is your cover compelling? Do I want to grab it and read it? Do I want to look at it? Does it tell me information about what your book's about? So is it giving me what I need from a cover? Now, I know we all fall in love with our books, so we can be a little bit biased and think that our books are the perfect thing in the entire world, and they may need a little bit of work. For example, I wrote Endometriosis, it's not in your head, it's in your pelvis, and this was my first cover, and my book just wasn't selling as well as it could have, and this is my second cover, which helped it sell a lot more. So to be fair, I did design my first cover on the way home from surgery. So I was a little bit biased towards my own design skills, but that cover just didn't catch people well. So a really good way to test your cover if you're having problems trying to decide, is this okay or is this bad? Does it need work? Can I improve? Is take your book for a field trip to a bookstore and go to the genre where you are writing your book. So if it's a novel, go grab some novels and look at the shelf. Put your book on the shelf. Does it match well? Does it look like it fits in? What's missing? What does it need? Or does it stand out in the perfect way? Then you know you've got the best cover you can possibly have. If you can't go to a bookstore, then I like to compare things online as well. So just play with some screenshots and put your book in the Amazon listings of all the best selling and see, does my book fit in here or does it stand out in a bad way? If it stands out in a bad way, or you can see things that you need to improve upon, this is a good thing because at least you are seeing what you need to work on. Rework the cover and relaunch your book. If you brought your cover to the bookstore and you're like, Bethany, hey, my book is perfect, totally cool, that's okay. Let's look at more things. So like your book blurb. Maybe people are coming and looking at your book, your cover is selling it, the topic is selling it, but then they start to read about that description on Amazon and they're just like, nah, it's not for me. So we want to make sure that we write that and tailor that to the best of our abilities. Now, if you are a part of my workshop squad, we just worked on our book blurbs not too long ago, so your guys' book blurb should be in perfect condition. And if you weren't a part of the workshop squad, so you can go back and watch any of the live streams by joining the workshop squad. But what you really want to do with a book description is draw people in. Tell them what the book is about. What are they going to get from reading it? And draw them in. Leave them with that lingering need of, yeah, I think I need to buy this. I think I need to know. From a children's book to a book for adults, it doesn't matter. We still need to feel that need of, I want to read this book. because I want to know what happens, because I love the topic, because it sounds intriguing. So make sure you rewrite that and rework that in the best way possible. Now, if you have the best cover, you have the best blurb, and your advertising's still not working, then look at the niche that your book is in. So I will use endometriosis for an example. So that book is a very specific type of book. It's about my experience figuring out that I had endometriosis and what it's sort of like coping with living with one of the most painful conditions that exist. So it is a lot. It's a very niche book for a certain type of person. So only 10% of people have endometriosis. So that is a very small group of people. So I'm selling my book to that 10% and smaller of those who like to read, who want to hear other people's stories. So that has a very small group. What I need to do to promote that book is reach out to endometriosis communities, speak at endometriosis events. So really get into that network of people. So if your book is really niche and you have a really small focus group of people, that doesn't mean your book's not going to sell. Your book can sell. You just need to find those people and get within their group and start promoting and becoming the expert in that area. Once you really start building resources like that, then people are going to start reading your book, loving your book, recommending your book. And of course, if they're buying the book, but you're not having those great reviews come in, and maybe you're getting some negative feedback, perhaps it would be beneficial to revisit an editor and send your manuscript to a new editor who you haven't worked with yet and get some developmental feedback and maybe rework your manuscript. So I really vet my editors for each book I work on, and each book may see a plethora of editors. If I feel like one editor didn't give me the critical feedback that I need, so a lot of times I will send it out to different editors, get different feedback, and have multiple people work on a book. Just because sometimes we can overlook something, and editors are human. So it's okay if maybe they've overlooked something, or maybe they are very educated on the topic you wrote your book on, and they assume people know things, and maybe it needs a better explanation. So I don't know, I'm just saying that maybe it can revisit the editing stage and then do a relaunch. Of course, that comes with doing promotions and making sure you're using your free days or promoting, and again, it wraps back into advertising. So once you go down that whole checklist and make sure your book is in the best shape possible, then pound on that advertising, get the word out there, and have another launch of your book and try to get it to the best of your abilities. So other things you want to be aware of is making sure you're in all the Amazon categories. I see a lot of you launch your book and you don't put it into categories, and categories really helps your book get discovered. So if I don't know you as an author, I'm not going to ever find your book unless it's in a category that I'm searching for, and then I can discover you. So even if you're not ranking high in the categories, it's still important to be within them, because I can browse through tons and tons of pages within that category to find your book. Another thing is, if you are children's book authors, take a harsh critical look at your illustrations. Perhaps your illustrations are not up to the level that they should be for other children's books. I know I have a hard time deciding whether my illustrations are worthy or not when I illustrate my books myself, because of course I'm biased. I love my characters, I love illustrating, so I always have to make sure that my skills are comparing to the rest of the skills of the illustrators in the industry. And this is something you have to do too, whether it's yourself or whether you're hiring someone. Is this person you hired on par with everybody else in the industry, or maybe their skills just aren't quite there yet and you may need to have your book re-illustrated. I've known people who have done re-illustrations of their book and it has definitely sold it. So when you're looking for illustrations, make sure you're matching the quality of your writing to the quality of the illustrations so they're a perfect marriage. The worst thing I see happen to children's books is such beautiful children's books with poor quality illustrations, and the book never goes anywhere when it could be the new classic book that everybody has. So it's always really important to take that critical look. I hope this video has helped, and I wish you much luck in selling your book. And I wish you all happy publishing. I will see you all next time. Don't forget, if this video did help, please subscribe and leave this video with a like. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside, so I appreciate it a lot, and thank you for spending this time with me and watching this video. I'll see you all next time. If you are looking for more information about publishing, go over to bethanystahl.com/classes to see a huge collection of information that I have gathered for you, separated out into topics. Now, most of these classes are free to access, but there are a few that are exclusive to my self-pub patrons. If you do want to join that, go over to patreon.com/BethanyStahl, where you can join and get access to the classes, as well as other behind-the-scenes tips, tricks, and documents that are exclusive to that squad. If you are trying to get into contact with me to ask questions, the best place to do that would be Patreon. I do see all of those messages and comments first, and I am able to reply to those almost immediately. So that is the best place for more individualized help. I hope this video has helped, and I will see you all next time.